me they were wizards, but they slit your gizzards too. They plundered arcane mysteries, and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
We return to Blood Island, where our noble cabal have bought some nice clothes, have put a plan together, and are about to go to a nice party at the manor of one Paxton Fuppy, who is their heist target. So it's quite a nice manor. It looks a little bit fancier than every other place in Bloodtown. Not by a crazy amount. It's not what we would think of as a mansion now. But this he's kind of similar to Nigel in that he's decided that he wants to have a larger house than everyone else, and he has actioned that. On your way through the square to reach the manor, you actually see quite a commotion in the town square around someone who has set up some kind of stall. And all you can see is the banner of the stall that says, "Ask me about NFTs."
Oh, I love asking people things.
So you walk up and there's a lot of people going, yes. And as you walk up, you see a figure sitting at this stall giving a talk. And he says, "Yes, so I'm so glad that everyone was able to be here to hear my seminar about NFTs, or Nigel's forecasted treasure. Now," and he sees you out of the corner of your eye and he's like, "Now, what will happen is I, the Dread Pirates Nigel, am going to go on fantastic adventures and find amazing treasure, and you can be a part of it. All you have to do is give me an amount of money. Could be small, it could be large, but large is definitely better. At which point, I will write your name down on a ledger, and then, when the treasure is found, you will keep this receipt that says that you contributed to the treasure, and I will give you a small token to remind you of this." And he holds up a little picture of a parrot that looks like it was drawn by someone with an ugly mind and dumb hands.
Okay. Yeah. What is the equivalent on the island of walking into traffic?
I think you could probably throw yourself under a horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, carrot.
I'm thinking about that.
You're thinking about that. You also see that around the square there are pictures have been put up, wanted posters that say "Wanted, the Dread Pirate Nigel." Ugh. And he's clearly put these up himself.
No.
But they have drawings of him on there. Huge muscles. Looks a little bit like Wilhelm.
Is there a reward on it?
So under reward, it says, "Reward, an amazing seminar about NFTs."
All right.
So that's what you see
Marketing.
I want to
as you walk through the square. You want to do what?
I said I want to go sneeze on them.
Okay.
Like an old lady, like guttural sneeze.
Wait. We could just take the money from him.
But he's still like
He's gonna rob him?
screwed over.
No,
Just
just wait.
It's
But
still
he's
a
part
lot
of our
money.
crew. It's technically ours.
It's our technically.
Do you think he's gonna share it?
Let him collect the money, and then we will talk to him about it later.
Yeah.
And then take it as a
And then take
punishment.
it as a punishment.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we saw what you did.
He's so dumb. I mean, it's just not. We all know that we can take things from him.
Yes.
He's just not intelligent.
I mean, we shot him out of a cannon.
yes.
Do we
So
want to consider Nigel as a distraction for our party? Because he kind of talks the talk.
This is amazing.
And all these people
Yeah.
might want to get hustled.
But
So
this
you-
is
way better than muscles.
So
he can be the distraction
because he can give the seminar.
But don't tell him he's the distraction. Just tell him.
Yeah,
that-
no,
We have an audience for him.
We
of
have a
people
mark.
with a lot of money.
we have a mark for him, and it's a part.
one of the things you are noticing as you see the crowd is that Nigel is pretty good at working a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick. So who wants to talk to him?
This could take a while. We'll cut back once everyone's decided. Put your finger on your nose if you don't want to talk to Nigel.
I mean, I'll talk to him if I need to. Do you want
Who interacted with him before?
I was the one who salvaged him to be our whatever his role is.
You talk
Be
to him.
quartermaster.
He might like you.
My finger's still on my nose. Out of safety.
Double finger.
All right.
So, as you approach, he says, an old lady who I've never met before.
God.
Jesus.
Would you like to share with us a story of how you got rich using Nigel's forecasted treasure, perhaps?
I pretend to fall. On your legs.
So he says, oh no, and he actually tries to catch you.
As he tries to catch me, like my goal is to elbow him in the stomach
Okay.
Fair.
and then get back up.
Okay, so roll me strength plus.
I thought you were going to whisper the plan to him.
You're supposed to get help. You're just assaulting him.
So actually just roll me dexterity plus stealth, because I think the fact is that you're not necessarily trying to do a lot of damage to him. You're trying to do like just a little sneak attack. And this is definitely something that requires dexterity more than like a muscle.
Where's stealth? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got
Honestly,
you got 5 dice for
It's
that.
so stealthy, you can't see it.
It feels good to hit people sometimes.
2 successes.
2 successes. You get him in the ribs pretty well, and you hear him go.
And then I go, oh, laddie, well, come over here.
And now he's clearly leaning on you as he goes over with you. I'll be right back, everyone. Just got to help with this old woman across the street.
Oh, and this is when I'm like, hey, so I see what you're doing.
Yeah, making money for the crew.
This is great work, but we actually have a great audience for you with lots of money. That if you come with us tonight to a party, it's going to be a bunch of bigwigs, going to rub elbows. They're going to love your NFT spiel.
What's his name again? Who are going to the party?
Paxton Fuppy.
Yeah,
We're going to Paxton Fucky.
Fuppy. Why do I call him Paxton Fuppy?
Because I hope that was legitimate. Yeah. I just want that to be real.
I think it was. We can pretend.
It was 50-50. Paxton Fuppy. We're going to Paxton Fuppies tonight. I'm sure you know who he is.
Oh,
Big
I'm
deal.
absolutely familiar with Mr. Fuppy. He's got a lot of money.
And lots of friends with lots of money who would love to hear your NFT.
I'm going to share a secret with you now, Liga. This NFT thing, it's a complete scam. It's just them giving me money, me writing it down, and then I keep the money.
I am so surprised.
I know. As you see, I'm making myself useful. I hope you've all noticed.
I'm so impressed with you. You're so great.
Would you like a small picture of a parrot?
Sure.
He gives you a parrot.
Thank you.
And then he turns to the crowd and says, "Oh, another successful sale. Everyone wants to get in on Nigel's forecasted treasure."
And then, so I tell him the time and place to meet us.
Okay.
Does he seem interested?
Oh yeah, he seems interested, and also you're in charge of him, so.
Yeah,
I was
it's a
going to say,
wild card.
no, I don't want to go
Kind
to
of
a
a
place
dick,
with
like,
True.
Okay, so if you like, so Nigel begins to. It's nearly time to go to the manor. So he begins to pack up his store. A few people are giving him some money before he goes. He uses it as a scarcity thing, like, oh no, I have to go on to speak to some very high profile clients, and then he goes, rhymes with Faxton Puppy.
Nigel's
lot
like,
of people getting involved.
Nigel's triggering me. I'm like,
So remember, we have safety tools in place.
yellow.
And
No, you can keep going. It's still green.
he uses this to get a few more sales in, gives out some ugly parrots, and then and packs up his little store and goes and reluctantly takes down all of his wanted posters.
Didn't leave.
So what's the plan? Are we invited, or are we going
Correct.
to cold call?
Oh, we're invited, Nigel. Don't you worry.
You have an invitation.
Oh, well, excellent
Way to
idea.
put it.
Yes.
Wilhelm, you look truly monstrous.
Creatine.
Creatine.
Yes, look it up.
I've been considering some calisthenics myself.
You'd be surprised.
Yes.
What the human body is capable
Yes.
of.
I've been working with Big Paul. He's trying to get me to do a press up.
You look leaner.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You just puffed him up. A little peacock.
Well, you want to be. You want to be.
Oh yeah, we want him feeling good.
So confident.
Yeah.
So he packs up his little stall and he follows you off to the mansion. And the mansion is very nice, as we previously talked about. There's even, if you kind of walk around it to get the sense of it, there are 4 guard towers that do indeed have what look like cannons ready for a ship.
Damn.
These are pretty big cannons on them. There's a wall around it. It's not unscalable should you choose to do that if you need to. There's a pool in the back garden.
What?
If you can believe such a thing. Yeah. It's a very nice place.
Is there a dress code?
But there wasn't one mentioned on the invitation. Presumably the assumption is that people simply know how to dress for a party.
Are we dressed for a party?
I have 2 in etiquette. Can I see if we're dressed for a party?
Okay, yeah, sure. Roll me your intelligence plus etiquette.
Okay. So I have 2 in
Nigel's
etiquette.
probably good. We got new clothes, but they're not exactly.
Right, I'm dressed for an adventure.
Nigel is dressed as a cartoon pirate.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
It's because he was giving his speech.
Oh, yeah,
Our
right.
paradox didn't reset, did it?
This is a mundane roll.
Oh, okay,
So,
so it's
yeah.
just, okay.
Yeah.
But I have a lot in etiquette and
You're going to get rid of it one way or another.
Oh,
Two
too scully.
successes.
So you got
No
You got no successes. Everyone looks great.
You're great!
Especially Liga.
Look at you. You always look so nice.
Rolling in the dirt. Super
Oh, Lord. Okay.
helpful. On the outside of the building, can I
We'll
see?
just find out when we get there.
Can we see any sort of entrance to a basement or anything like that from an outdoor?
You can't see an entrance to the
We
basement
can?
from the outdoor. You
Okay.
can't.
Is there a Lord of the Rings entrance? Like the sewer system?
Like you mean to the one where they put the bomb? Like,
No, when they were sneaking back in to put the ring in the...
oh yeah, never mind.
Watch
Doesn't matter.
anime, so a
that's
lot of the Lord of the Rings stuff doesn't hit with me.
I mean, I'd watch the shit out of some Lord of the Rings anime, I'll tell you that.
That would be
That
pretty
would be
sick.
actually, yeah.
Yeah,
I want to.
I'd watch that.
I want that now. Someone make that happen. Anyway.
So there doesn't seem to be any kind of sewer entrance or anything like that. But you guys do have the ability to walk in the front door should you
All
choose.
right. Well, since I have the etiquette, I will go first.
Okay.
With Nigel.
Okay, so you walk up with Nigel.
It's like, you have to work your best.
There is a guard at the front.
Can I be Nigel's bodyguard?
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Okay, I think that might be
100%.
the best way to get
Perfect.
my large ass in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And making sure he stays there.
Yeah.
Yes.
you stand there, and so Nigel's doing the talking.
Yeah.
So he walks up to a guard at the front door and goes, hello, my name is Nigel, and I believe I have an invitation for my entire party. We're going to come in and give a seminar to your guests. This was all arranged through Mr. Fappy himself.
He has I hand him the invitation
Yeah.
behind his back.
And he hands over the invitation. Let's roll for Nigel.
Oh, Lord. It's the one
is
time
his
I want him to
job.
succeed.
Yeah.
This is his job.
Yes.
Like, come on.
He's a drifter, so let's hope.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, did pretty well. So the guard says, I think I've heard about these. This, you get a little picture of a parrot? And I goes, yes, and the picture of the parrot represents an entry on a ledger. And the guard
There
says,
you go.
well, I've never been an entry on a ledger before. Can you, I mean, come in, but come back afterwards for the staff to see if they'd like to be involved. I've always wanted to be an investor. And Nigel goes, of course, yes, we'll come back and we'll get everyone's money. Don't worry about that at all.
I kind of elbow him. I'm like, don't scam the working man.
I mean, I'm sure you'll understand. This is more for experienced investors. So we'll be going for, there's a much higher buy-in than perhaps you're expecting. And God looks a little bit disappointed.
That's fine,
Like,
whatever.
don't beg them.
Oh, well, yeah, nevertheless, come in. Only rules are, don't, all the parties on the ground floor. which, if any of you are American, that's the floor that we're currently on. It's the one that's on the ground. And the only rules, don't leave the ground floor. But you'll see the guards on the entrance in the first floor, so there'll be no mistake in that. Welcome in. Enjoy the party. Takes your invitation. Opens these big double doors. As you walk in, you see there's quite a nice it's got those kind of nice stairs that go to the side like that, up
like
onto
the
a
Titanic.
balcony to the first floor. Yeah. There's some rooms off to the left that seem to have, they just have a little cordon over them. And then to the right, there's a kind of bigger living space where people seem to be congregating. And the butler walks up to you and goes, hello, I talk like the harbour master, and
What is he saying? What? I can't understand.
may I ask who I'm announcing at the for the party?
He's talking to Nigel. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell Nigel. I'm just like, Nigel, just announce yourself as whatever. We're selling NFTs. It doesn't make a difference.
Hello, my name is Nigel, a.k.a. the Dread Pirate Nigel.
Whatever.
And I am here to give a very important seminar that Mr. Fappy ordered. I'm sure he told all of the high-ranking members of staff, which presumably includes you, my fine sir. And he goes, oh, yes, of course, I know all about this seminar. And
I say that out loud.
Says, well, if you and your and your associates would like to go through to the party, we're just having drinks at the moment, and then perhaps you can give your seminar before we adjourn for dinner. And Nigel says, that sounds fine. It'd be nice to meet everyone a little bit before I give them the hard sell. Or rather, really, I mean, it's really them who are taking advantage of me because this is such a good opportunity. So, Nigel, I imagine he's got like a poster board under his arm, and he kind of wanders through. And as he goes in, he starts to put up wanted posters for himself around the room.
At the party?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I know that we've weaponized raptors, but this is the greatest weapon we've ever put out into society.
So you can actually see, as you walk in, you see a portrait of Paxton Fuppy. He's got a real "you are garbage" look in his face.
Yeah. Looks down his nose at people.
Yeah, looks down his nose. And as you walk in, you see a few people. As I skip to my guests tab.
Oh.
You see a sort of older woman sitting down as close to the punch as she thought she could reasonably get. With a sort of like a round face and looks like, in a very English way, she's been annoyed at everything that she's seen for the last 40 years.
Okay.
And she's sitting with her husband, who looks as though he has fully, at this point, outsourced his mind and all of his decisions to his wife.
Cool. They're cool. They're just husks of human beings. Yeah.
You also see a man sitting by the fire who is very, very drunk and clearly having a wonderful time. No one is talking to him.
Okay.
The person you recognize here, standing in a corner, kind of with her shoulders hunched over, nursing a glass of wine and looking rather terrified, is Dr. Elizabeth Splatt, who was the doctor who worked at the Victoria Wildlife Sanctuary. Mm-hmm. And she looks at you as you come in and immediately looks away. And then tries to sort of look as though she's looking anywhere else but at you.
That makes me want to go directly to her.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I'm presenting.
I quick huddle, if we don't mind. We're going to let Nigel do his thing. And as soon as he starts doing his presentation, before he starts, I'm going to send Steven down because I think he's invisible, right? So I'm going to send Steven down to try and look at the basement, kind of get a
good idea.
Look of the perimeter for us. And then when Steven returns and Nigel starts his show, huddle back here as soon as he starts, and then we'll split off and try and get what we need.
Okay. So, here's the thing. In order to do that, you are going to have to summon Stephen.
Yes.
And you're going to have to do something, there's probably some kind of occult trappings to this. So do you want to find a bathroom or something?
Yeah, I'm going to find the bathroom, yeah. So I'm going to say like, oh, gosh, I'm feeling faint, and just go to
and just head off to, the butler directs you to the
I tell you guys I'll be back.
To the room.
Yeah. Make sure that Nigel doesn't put any posters on anything expensive, I also say.
Now, one of the things that you notice as you begin to set up this effect, I've started bleeping it when I spell by mistake.
It's a punishment.
Yeah. So when as you start to set up this effect, you realize that the gauntlet here, the barrier between this world and the next, is a lot stronger than you're used to.
Yeah.
Just the nexus of
This island.
aristocrat.
But it's it's almost like it feels like the manor itself. It's thicker around here. Like the spirit world is distant and hazy.
Mm-hmm.
So you will actually need to get 4 successes or 2 paradox dice in order to successfully summon Stephen.
Okay,
to
I'm
get
gonna
him
try.
past this one. Go on.
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom.
So yeah, 5 dice include your paradox dice.
Okay.
You may have enough included paradox dice to summon it, or rather to communicate with.
Oh, I got 3 successes and a skull.
3 success and a skull. Okay, so that does it.
Yeah.
You summon Stephen. Stephen goes, sorry, I had this terrible cough.
Don't worry, Stephen. This area is very thick.
Oh, yes.
It's not nice.
Yeah, I've noticed that the same. It's very, I feel like I'm having more trouble communicating with you than I'd like.
Don't worry, I'll give him a ghost seed.
Give him a ghost seed. He tries to eat it, and you can tell that he enjoys the ritual.
Okay, a little CBGB. All right.
Are these CBDs? Ghost seeds?
For his sake, sure.
Yeah, they're not psychoactive. They'll just give him a sense of well-being.
CBDGBs.
CBDBGBs. CBDBGBs?
Whatever.
And
he gets a treat. It doesn't.
and he says, "Well, how can I help you, Aura?"
So, Stephen, this manor, we're not sure what's going on here. We believe that the owner of this manor is doing some shady shit in the basement.
Oh.
So we'd like for you, we also are looking for one of his closest possessions because we need to enact some justice on him. This is bad. You know, these
Bad fellow.
bad fellow. These thick, non-spiritual places. We're not.
Oh, I don't appreciate them at all.
We don't appreciate them at all either. We'd like you to check out the basement, and then maybe find something that we can take that is a close item of his. There's a portrait of him in the main room, but also stay invisible because these people are boring and might freak out seeing a ghost pair.
Oh, absolutely. I'll let you know what I find.
I will wait in this bathroom until you come back, and I will make loud farting noises.
Which you can do using a simple forces effect.
Soft farts and loud ones.
Yeah.
Both are funny.
Yes.
We all agree.
Back in the main room, the guest of honor that we haven't mentioned yet, very unusual looking. There's 3 women dressed in very fancy dresses, but they also have full head masks.
Ooh.
With they're very stylish. They kind of look like strange flowers, but you cannot see their faces at all, and they're standing together, fully like they have gloves all the way down covering their hands, and you can't see anything of their skin at all. And they are standing next to a very tall, bald man in a red suit. Looks very, very dapper, who is looking at you all intently. As you
For
walk in.
Aura who's making fart noises in the bathroom.
Is it night or day?
It is getting on for sunset. I think the sun will set within a couple of hours.
Okay.
People seem to be kind of giving them a wide berth.
Rightly so.
Do they look like the Order of Reason?
You can't tell immediately whether someone's from the Order of Reason, but this man you see in the red, his suit almost like has something of the lab coat about it. Like it doesn't look like, he looks like he's the kind of guy who wants people to know that he's a doctor. So he's a doctor.
Okay.
And it's the old joke, how do you know when someone's a doctor? They tell you.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are all the guests we have. We have the older lady and her husband. We have an older man raucously drunk by the fire. We have these 3 women and their attendant. And Nigel, as he walks in, he kind of looks at you, and of course Dr. Elizabeth Splatt. He kind of looks at you and says, "I'm getting slightly bad vibes."
Yes.
You're sure? But they're all very rich, you say. We can Well, I'll go in the other room and set up my seminar, and then I'm sure as dinner approaches, it'll be we'll be able to. I'll be able to give them the full spiel. Maybe even make some money. Who knows? So he pops off into an adjoining room and begins to set up. He's given out like these wanted posters are almost like pamphlets. He's just kind of putting them on things.
Can I protect my mind?
Yeah, sure. You want to?
Yes, that guy gives me the creeps.
So
Or the three women.
That is an effect. That is an effect called Mind Shield.
Yes.
I'm going to make you roll. It's only a level 1 effect, and the amount of successes you get or paradox dice you include is going to determine how strong this is.
I have 2 paradox marked on my sheet. Did any of our paradox reset? Okay, so I have 2 paradox.
Paradox resets at a rate of 1 a week
Right.
if you don't get any more.
Right. Oh wait,
So
I
it's
gotta
a
use
pretty
the Scully.
slow process.
So I have 5 dice, 2 paradox.
Yeah,
I cleared mine by getting ripped.
1 success.
you did. Yeah. You turned all of that paradox into
2
gains.
success.
So you're on 2 at the moment.
Now I have 3.
Okay, so you center yourself, and you begin to kind of explore the inside of your mind. Mm-hmm. And you begin to kind of imagine that you are putting up walls. You're building a fortress in your mind to prevent other people from being able to get in. And you now have a mind shield available that will be a little harder to pierce should someone attempt to use mind magic on you.
Cool.
Here's an interesting thing. You become aware as you put this mind shield on that something has been. You're aware of how sort of like this idea of creating impressions works. Something has been very faintly poking against your mind. And you notice because it stops. And you're aware suddenly of the absence of a belief that you had, which is that dragons are not real. And you don't perhaps know quite what to make of that. But yeah, so that is something that you realize has been poking against your head for a while and just gently telling you dragons aren't real.
So now I'm like, what the hell is that? Okay. All right.
Who else wants to, does anyone want to talk to someone? So there's also there's a big punch bowl as the centerpiece of this room, and there's nibbles and hors d'oeuvres around before the main dinner.
I'm waiting for Steven to get back.
You're waiting to Steven, so you're in the bathroom making fart noises.
Should we spike the punch bowl?
Yeah, do
Well,
it.
we have the old drunk guy sitting alone, and we have the 3 people dressed up, fully clad,
Yeah.
with the doctor,
Yes, they're with the doctor.
and then there's the other woman. Correct.
So yes, there's an elderly lady who is sitting with her husband, looking unimpressed with everyone and everything. We have the 3 sisters. We have the man by the fire. And we have Dr. Elizabeth Splatt. Dr. Elizabeth Splatt is kind of shuffling her. Have you ever seen that video of James Comey trying not to talk to the president? And he looks like he's about to hide himself behind some curtains.
She's like trying to make herself as small as possible.
Yeah, she's trying. Yeah.
What was the last
She's trying to-
interaction we had?
So her last interaction was she left the Victoria Wildlife Sanctuary and went home, and you then went in and released the unicorn.
Yeah, she let us.
Yeah, she let you do it. Yeah. She said she was going to go to the pub and get so drunk that she couldn't remember meeting any of you. You suspect, given the way that she is trying not to look at you, that she does in fact remember.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Wasn't successful.
Didn't drink enough.
No.
That's the lesson. The man in the red suit is looking rather intently at you, Wilhelm.
Which is the red suit? Is that the old?
Yeah,
older
he's
fella?
the man who's standing with the 3 women in the dress.
Oh,
He's the bald guy with the 3 weird
I'm not into that
women in
person.
a dress.
You're not into
That's
that
why
person.
I put my mind brain
yeah.
wall
I'm
up.
worried about them the most.
Hortensia, so the lady sitting with her husband, she looks at you and says, "Well, who are you? You haven't been properly introduced." She looks at the 3 of you, and says, "Oh, you weren't introduced by the housekeeper. I presume that you're invited here.
Well, who are you?
I'm Hortensia Funt,
Okay, that rhymes with something.
and this is my husband. And this is my husband, Richard. Shut up, Richard."
To clarify, is his name Shut Up Richard?
Don't be ridiculous. His
Okay.
name is Richard.
Okay.
I just don't want him talking your ear off.
Fair.
And Richard just sort of nods. You get the feeling this is just easy. So what brings you to this beastly party? Or this beastly island?
I am Wilhelm, the bodyguard of our esteemed colleague, Nigel the Dread Pirate.
You're extremely large.
Thank you. I've been working on it for a long time.
You look like you're in need of a brassiere.
Jesus.
Thank you.
I've never seen a man with such a bosom.
God damn it.
I will say it a third time. Thank you.
Oh, yes, well, I'm glad you like it.
I twitch individually. Right, left, right, left, right. I parried it on my
You
chest.
parried it all?
I parried it on my chest. Exactly.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. And Richard says, "Well, so I suppose you know that funny little man. He's giving a seminar, is he? No one told me anything about that."
He was brought in last moment by Mr. Floppy? Floppy, yes, as a surprise lecture guest.
Oh, you know, Paxton isn't even here tonight. He's getting in a couple of days.
He wanted everyone to hear about the wonderful opportunity that's being presented.
Oh, really?
Before he arrived, he was pretty enthused about it on the way.
Well, we're always interested in investment properties, aren't we, Richard? Shut up.
Can I, delve into the mind of Richard?
Sure.
Oh, poor Richard.
What do you, yeah, go for it.
I just want to see what he's feeling right now.
Okay, sure.
Scared.
So that's 5 dice. You don't have to add any paradox dice other than those that are already
Giving up on
included.
life.
Right.
And you want to read his surface thoughts?
So tell me the two again for the people at home.
So read surface thoughts, you'll get what's at the front of his head.
Okay.
Or you can create an empathic bond and you'll be able to feel what he's feeling.
Empathic bond.
Empathic bond.
Yes.
It could also be his kink.
Well, let's find out.
We will find out after I delve into his mind. I got 1 success.
You got 1 success, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you kind of, your focus skill for this is insight, isn't it?
Yes, mind.
So you are kind of trying to understand Richard a little bit more, and you're studying him quite intently. Mm-hmm. And
Blank as a piece of
Hortensia
paper.
looks at you and looks at Richard and says, "Richard, stop bothering this woman.
I have a stroke
I
immediately.
apologize for him. He does not know when to shut up."
God damn it.
Jesus
Whose
Christ.
idea was it, Richard, to come to these terrible islands? Remind me again, Richard, whose idea was it?
Caught him in
And
the
Richard
bathroom.
says, "Well, I mean, it was your idea." And she says, "Shut up, Richard, it was your idea. I wanted a holiday. I wanted to go somewhere nice, like Marbella, not to some strange new islands. And here we are, waiting for Paxton Fuppy, of all people, and he didn't even bloody show up, and here we are, talking to a man who's just frankly enormous.
It's frankly enormous.
And this kind of thing will not stop happening at the moment."
I want to read her surface thoughts to see if she's into him.
Same roll.
1. 4 successes. Now I get all the
Now you get,
successes.
so empathic bond or read surface thought.
Empathic bond. I'll do that.
You kind of feel from this woman that she does not feel secure. Here.
Yeah.
Yes. Obvious. Yes.
But you also feel that she has a very deep love for her husband.
Okay.
But part of the way that this is, and you're using this as part of you also interpreting what you feel. Part of her insecurity is that she's worried that he's going to leave her. And so she's trying to keep him on as tight of a rein as she possibly can. But that's how you feel. There's a terrible fear of loss, of status, of lifestyle, of husband. Like, there's a ton of different stuff going on with her.
Okay.
But she doesn't seem like a very secure lady.
Okay.
Now, you're staring at me. Will you introduce yourself?
My name's Saoirse.
Saoirse, is that Irish?
Yes.
I can't believe it. You've got an Irish person here. How wonderful. I've never met one before. How are you? How is Ireland? I hear it's green.
That's correct. It's very green.
Oh, yes. You see that, Richard? It's very green. Shut up.
You should possibly go there like as a second honeymoon.
My understanding is that it's rather cold and dreary, which sounds like a lovely change from these ghastly islands. Let me tell you that.
There's plenty of time to cuddle with your loved ones.
Yes, exactly. That sounds nice, doesn't it, Richard? Yes, he loves it. I'm sure he loves it. You love cuddling, Richard. And he, having outsourced all of his decisions to his wife, says, "Yes, dear, love cuddling in Ireland. Sounds great." She goes, "Yes, exactly. Shut up, Richard." What's brought you to these islands? You're not from here, I hope. Well, you're from Ireland.
Correct.
Oh, what brought you here?
Oh, that's not important. It's boring. It's a rather dreary trip.
Oh, yes, so is mine. 7 weeks.
Lord.
Yes. Not worth it, in my opinion.
Well.
I have not. They tell me that there's more islands, and I said, well, is this one we're on a prime example of what they're like? And they said yes, and I said, well, then I shan't bother.
I mean, they're all quite interesting. We're kind of doing a tour, you know.
Oh!
Yes.
Well, that would sound lovely, were it not for the fact that it seems to be so beastly here. But I hope that you enjoy it. Perhaps you have different tastes.
As I'm a heathen from Ireland, yes.
And she turns to Liga and says,
I'm hiding behind those two.
yes, she sort of peers around them and goes, "Is that a member of your staff?"
What?
The old lady. I mean, I don't mean to be rude. I'm an old lady.
This is my
myself.
grandmother.
Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you.
I put my arm around you and bring you to the front.
It's lovely to meet you. I can't really see your face. And I go up close to her face and I like put her cheeks in my hands. And I'm like, you have such a wonderful face.
Oh, Richard, this foreign woman is touching me.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, we do things differently in Ireland.
Is this part of your... I'm sorry, I'm not... This is not how I was raised. I apologize. I'm not comfortable with
You're
people...
so pretty. Look at this beautiful skin.
Well, thank you. I use several creams and unguents. It's nice to have noticed. Why didn't you ever tell me I have beautiful skin, Richard? Shut up. Oh, well, I think you seem like rather a good sort. I like you a lot more than these other people, let me tell you.
Oh, tell us a little, what do you know about these other people? Like, what's up with that man with the women? Like with the 3...
Oh.
Who was that?
Oh, that's the sinister Dr. Flesh.
Ew, that's quite literal.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Dr. Flesh?
Yes.
What is their specialty?
F-L-E-S-C-H.
What's their specialty?
I believe he's a scientist of some kind, yes. Works with those 3 women. They're his daughters.
So it's a PhD, not a medical.
You know, I wouldn't like to say. I mean, I understand he's a very advanced intellect, they tell me. Quite a genius. Spends most of his time poking around in the basement. But they wheel him out for parties.
The basement here?
Well, that was my understanding.
Is he on retainer?
I couldn't tell you any of the details. Like, I shouldn't hazard a guess. I think he's working here on something, presumably at the pleasure of Mr. Fuppy.
That's interesting.
Yes, it seems like quite a cordial man. I haven't spoken to him much, and don't care for his daughters. Let me tell you that. Then there's that nervous lady over there. Tried to start a conversation with her. Couldn't get a sensible word out of her. Dr. Elizabeth Splatt. She's a doctor, you know, and a woman. I don't approve. And neither do you, Richard. Yes, I don't see the need for it personally. But yes, she's some kind of animals expert or something. Mm-hmm. Expert on being nervous, as far as I can tell. And I've told her, don't look nervous. Sit up straight. Stand up straight. And you're never going to find a man standing like that. No man wants to marry a dormouse. But she won't listen. She stays just as terrified looking as before I spoke to her.
Well, to each their own.
Then, of course, over there's that beastly old drunk Ronald Souse. She looks over to him. And he looks back at her and raises his, looks like he's enjoying some kind of port. Says, Hortensia! And she goes, beastly man. Don't you agree, Richard? He's beastly. And Richard goes, beastly man, yes. He goes, shut up, Richard. Would you like a port, Richard? And Richard looks at her and goes, of course you wouldn't like a port. You wouldn't like a port, Richard. You don't like that. He says,
Oh God.
no, I don't like port. So yes, that's everyone I know at a party, and now apparently we're doing a seminar. So goodness knows what that'll be about.
You should take it very seriously. We've made a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is how we can tour these islands now.
I see.
We have our own ship.
You have your own ship. Well, goodness.
All because of that.
Goodness, you'll be the next Paxton Foppy at this rate, I
mean,
expect, and all of it because of
We
what,
can only hope.
some kind of investment.
Yeah.
Now, the sinister Dr. Flesh is looking at the three of you with some degree of amusement. But his eyes settle particularly on you, Liga. And as he's looking at you, he looks at you as though he's unconcerned with whether you notice that he's looking at you. And as you look back at him, he smiles, waves, and beckons. But he doesn't make any move to go over and talk to you.
I wave and I go, I have to go to the bathroom.
So you leave, and as you walk out, the butler says to you, "Oh, I'm sorry, madam, is everything okay?"
I have the shits.
Oh! Well, I understand it's been going around. Let me. I fear that's what's happened to your friend as well. Let me take you through to the other guest bathroom. Thankfully, we have one just over here to the left of the stairs by the trap door.
Thank you. Trap door?
Oh yes, don't go in there. But the toilet is right there.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. I hope I hope you enjoy a satisfactory movement.
Thank you. We should all enjoy a
Oh,
satisfactory movement.
quite.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
That's horrible.
It's really, oh my God. They're all bad.
Do you know this?
So half the party's shitting.
We're getting the dog right.
Yeah, half this party's shitting.
Okay.
Nigel's preparing a seminar. So the sinister Dr. Flesh
Explosive diarrhea.
is now that League is gone, which he seems to find quite amusing.
Oh, I can't breathe.
He's now looking at the two of you, and he's just observing what you do.
Can we observe what he's doing?
Yeah, he's just looking back. He seems very, very composed, and he doesn't mind that you look back at him. Even if you stare, he doesn't seem to mind.
Can I potentially read surface thoughts on one of the daughters?
On the one of the daughters.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Are you
do it.
outside the bathroom now?
Which one? Left to right?
You can
There's a
come
lady in a pink dress, a lady in a dark blue dress, and a lady in a green dress.
Well, okay.
Let's do in the middle.
Sad.
Blue dress. Yeah, and it's going
Alright,
to be
so-
the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. It's not great.
One.
Oh, wow.
You got one success.
Yeah.
So
You could re-roll, right?
You do your
yeah,
willpower.
you could use a willpower to reroll.
Okay.
And you can't re-roll paradox. There you go.
Whoa.
All right,
another
that's
success.
two.
Wow. Well, yeah, 2 successes total.
Okay.
I would like that to be more. But
Well, so
Busted on that.
what does it look like when Wilhelm is trying to use his insight? Is this, so you would need you presumably are studying her in some way quite intently in order to grab an appreciation of how her mind works.
I would say that hopefully in position to where I look like I'm looking at the doctor, but he's in front and it's kind of like looking past him more or less.
Okay.
Where he might think that I'm looking
Yeah,
at him and I'm really just kind of like staring at the middle, and I can't see anyone's face, right? Because they're
No.
wearing masks.
No,
yeah,
absolutely
so it's
not.
mostly just focusing on like center forehead.
So the doctor feels like he believes absolutely that you would be looking at him. He doesn't notice that you're looking past him to his daughter. And you want to read her surface thoughts.
Yes.
She's thinking to herself, like, I absolutely cannot believe that I have to be here among these terrible people.
The same.
They are so incredibly beneath me. Look at that terrible man with his huge muscles. I despise him. I despise them all. I wish Daddy would crush them.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
That escalated.
To her left, or your right, one of her other sisters, who's in a sort of green dress, just gives you a little wave.
So they share a brain.
Just a little wave. And the lady in the middle pokes her. And you can actually hear her say, "Goodness gracious, Bulgaria, will you grow up?"
Bulgaria, okay.
And you get a little sense of the name, because this lady refers to herself in the third person, that her name is Pretentia.
Oh, okay.
And the lady behind her, the lady to her right, just kind of tilts her head. So now all three of them are looking at you in a different way.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Can I look at that illustration again?
Yeah.
It's
Creepy.
It's gonna make it way worse, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Properly.
Especially tilting a head with a mask
Yeah,
on.
Yeah, no, thank you.
tilting
It doesn't
head.
matter what the
that
fuck
is-
kind of mask that is.
No.
It's gonna be creepy
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah, high
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Annihilation.
We're in the bathroom, so you know.
Yeah.
Y'all are having girl
Fear
time in the
shitting.
bathroom.
Stop it.
Avoiding.
Yes.
So the sinister Dr. Flesh notices that you have caught the attention of his daughter. He walks over to you and goes, "Hello, good sir. You seem to have caught the attention of my three lovely daughters."
I was fascinated by their outfits.
Oh.
this evening.
They are quite fascinating women.
Where do you get something like that made?
The daughter?
No.
Ah.
Great. That's a follow-up question. But the first one is those garments.
Oh, these were all, I believe these were all made in London. I mean, Obnoxia handles the fashion side of things. I have my own interests. But yes, they're all tailor-made.
Is that standard fashion in London to be covered head to toe?
Oh, no. My girls are very avant-garde, very ahead of their time.
All right.
But, you know, in 10 years' time, everyone will be dressing like the Flesh triplets.
The flesh triplet. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Oh, please, I didn't introduce myself properly. I'm the sinister Dr. Flesh. It's wonderful to meet you.
Hi, my name's
Is it
Welcome.
sinister first? Finally? Anyone hearing that?
They call me the sinister Dr. Flesh because, well, I'm left-handed.
You're a witch then.
Yes, that's,
Haha.
that is the kind of thing that they suggest to me, yes. I didn't catch your name. Your name, sorry.
My name?
Yes.
Is Saoirse.
Oh, Irish, I believe.
Correct.
O before the I.
Sure.
Yes, that's how you spell that one. I'm quite certain.
That's actually, no, that's not right.
Oh, it is. Wow, I must apologize for my terrible etiquette.
That's okay.
I hope you
I'm
can,
very uncomfortable right now. This man's making me very
I
uncomfortable.
hope you can forgive me. Are you an uncomfortable in the safety tools way or a
No, like in the game. Like,
Okay.
Saoirse is just, this sinister man is awkward.
What brought you to the Victoria Island?
We're just here, like, touring.
Tour?
You know,
Really?
yeah.
Have you chartered a ship?
Actually, we have a ship.
we have a
yes.
ship.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's quite wonderful. You must be people of some means. Or
Well-
pirates, of course.
No. What?
Oh, yes.
How dare?
Quite a few on the island.
Good
No.
save.
Thanks to Nigel's advice with investing, is what allowed us to.
Ah,
I can see that you might think we're pirates because of his outfit.
Yeah.
He does look like a cartoon pirate.
Yeah.
But
He does
that is
indeed.
purely
Yeah.
just an outfit for
Yeah.
his
it was,
thematic NFTs he is
Yeah.
Oh,
selling.
well.
It was a childhood, fantasy of his, and that he just likes to dress
We
them.
like to
So-
indulge.
He's very eccentric.
all branding, that type of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
A brilliant billionaire, though.
Oh, Excellent.
Jesus. This
Billionaire.
Have they even heard of this number before?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, I look forward to meeting him, but I mean, you two seem like most interesting specimens yourself. I noticed that you are an incredibly large man.
Thank you.
How did you become such a size?
I really need to work on a better bit for this one. Perseverance. Perhaps you understand something of that.
You're a man after my own heart, Wilhelm. Yes, perseverance
The
is
name of
something
one of your daughters.
I do understand.
What were the names again?
Oh, well, that's Obnoxia,
Yes.
Pretensia,
That's the one.
and Vulgaria.
How did Bulgaria get the name Bulgaria? That's has an interesting ring to it.
Oh, you know, I asked them to choose their own names.
At what age?
Oh, when they were adopted.
That doesn't quite answer the question.
Oh, I believe they were about, probably 18 at the time.
Okay. So, yeah.
Just the right age.
Yeah. I found them on an orphanage on the Golden Isle. Very, very gifted young women. They helped me with my experiments.
Oh, what's your line of work?
I'm a scientist, you know. So I need good lab assistants, and they did the job perfectly. Or do the job perfectly, indeed. But yes, they have their eccentricities in the way that they dress, but I couldn't be more proud of them. Well, I must ask, you seem like a man who has a life's work. You look like a man of focus. I noticed I can see a little of your tattoo.
Sidebar clarification. Is that a Blood Island tattoo?
So he is pointing out your attaché on tattoos.
Okay. Yes, I would say I specialize in self-discipline, and that shows through my current physical prowess.
Indeed. Very impressive, Mr. Wilhelm.
Thank you. It's
Very
for me,
impressive.
but thank you.
I believe that my daughter Vulgaria is quite taken with you. You can tell from the look in her eye.
Which one is that?
She's wearing the green dress.
The green dress. Okay.
She's on the right.
Yes.
They were in
But
spooky
yes, I
masks.
haven't seen her wave at a man like that in some time.
All right. Well, perhaps I will have a couple words with her.
Oh, very well. Be my guest. Be my guest.
All right.
And you, Lady Seisha,
Yes.
what do you do as a profession?
Oh, I help people know their future.
That's very, very interesting.
I help guide them.
A fortune teller.
In a way, yes.
I'm not a superstitious man. But I find those beliefs terribly interesting.
They can be, yes.
And tell me, Lady Seisha, what future do you see for the Victoria Islands?
Should I do that?
You can if you want.
We're in the bathroom.
So imagine like sending vibes like
We got so scared that we
Yeah.
both went to the bathrooms.
So while you think about that,
yes.
the butler starts knocking on the door
Oh Lord.
and says, "You all right in there?"
Oh, just some gas. You know, with all of these rich island foods.
Oh, yes, quite. It's I just want to make sure you're not. Is there any kind of discomfort? Should we perhaps Dr. Flesh could provide you with a medicament?
No. That's an insane name, and I'm fine. And I don't know who you're talking about, and I would rather you not hear my flatulence because I'm a lady.
Oh, I understand. I'm so sorry.
Please vacate.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I think.
And as you
I'm like, Steven, where the fuck are you?
and as you sit there, Stephen
Yes,
comes
yeah,
back.
it's like, you know, Avengers. There's no earpiece. You just go like this.
Stephen flies back, and he looks faded,
Oh.
and he looks as though his actual form has been damaged in some way.
Steven, no.
And he says, Aura, the basement,
I cradle him. Stephen.
the wraiths there, they hunger.
Wraiths? Stephen, what are those?
This is a terrible place, Aura. This is a terrible place.
Stephen, no!
I
Go rest, Stephen. Go rest. Thank you.
will, thank you. And he
Goes back into his little
goes back
staff.
into his little parrot, yeah.
All right. Do I know what a wraith is?
Well, so you've certainly heard of like them in the terms of you're a studier of spirits.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know a wraith is a spirit of the dead.
So this is some sort of necromancy, I assume.
Yeah, who knows?
There's
Alright.
a lot of dead spirits down there.
Yeah.
We know that.
Like no, they can be dead anything.
They could be dead anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope
I
that
was just thinking.
I tell Stephen he did a great job.
Oh,
Steve.
thank you. Or I must rest.
Yeah, please rest, Stephen. And I'll be like, and then like get out of the bathroom.
I thought you were
One
gonna-
big
No
last
flush
one.
after the last one.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, my stars, and I like leave. I'll leave the bathroom.
So you leave the bathroom.
I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Well, desperate times. And then I go.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, my goal is to rejoin the party and tell them what Stephen has seen and hopefully get us into the basement. Oh, before Stephen goes back, can I tell him how to get? Is there a way into the basement?
Yes, he tells you that there's a trapdoor.
Okay.
It seems to lead down there.
All right.
It's
By the second bathroom.
It may be locked. I have no way of knowing. I just fly through it. It's very cool.
All right. As I say, Stephen, you are very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I will leave the bathroom and continue to go back to the party, telling them that we need to go in this trapdoor. Not aware that
Liga might have already found it.
already found it because I didn't realize that she also retreated to the bathroom.
So Liga, what are you up to in the toilet?
Checking my face.
It's still there.
Still there. Good, good, good. And then I open the door, look out, make sure no one's there. Is anyone there?
No one's there, no.
I'm gonna look at this trap door.
Okay. So it looks like it's probably bolted from underneath. There's a key. So there's a lock. It looks like there's probably like locks on both sides of it. It's very, very secure. But it's a wooden trapdoor.
Can I see the lock?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do basic transmutation on the lock.
Okay. What are you going to transmute it into?
I'm just gonna turn it into sand.
Sand. Always a classic.
Blood, sand,
Yeah.
same difference.
It's
Plasma.
So yeah. That is going to be 5 dice. What is your focus skill for matter? Is craft. And we've talked about this in terms of you crafting sigils in order to create your effect.
Yes.
So you're going to need probably a little minute to work on this magic.
3 successes.
3 successes. So that does it. The lock it's very strange the way that matter works, where the lock is simply gradually flowing into something else. And then the sand falls through because there's now nothing to stop it. And it actually doesn't really make much of a noise.
All right.
But you have now taken out the lock of this trapdoor. And you can, should you choose, unbolt it.
I'm gonna bolt it.
You unbolt it and you go inside.
What am I doing? Hey guys.
No, I know. I was just.
Lydia split the party.
I'm going to at least tell everyone to join us.
Yeah, because you know.
I know, so I'm like on my way.
And like, I don't want to go to the other folks. I'm gonna avoid
That's all
them.
right.
I don't.
Whatever.
I don't blame you. This flesh man.
So the sinister Dr. Flesh
Yes.
says to you again, so tell me, Miss Saoirse, what future do you see for the Isle?
Can I pretend that I'm doing the future of the Isle, but tell something about him, but not tell him that?
So are you trying to do magic or are you trying to fool him?
Okay, I don't want to fuck with him. Never mind. I just want to fool him that I'm like pretending.
So you're going to do a fake bit of magic?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's got a red coat on. Never mind.
give me a manipulation plus subterfuge,
Okay, so that's
and you're going to be rolling against his, let's see, his wits and his
subterfuge
insight.
is 2, so I have 5 die. I have to use this Scully. 2 successes.
So you got 2 successes.
Yes.
What do you tell him about his? So, yeah, walk me through what you're saying to him.
So he asks, like, what do I see for the Isles? I'm just going to say something to the effect of, like, a prosperous future, no bad vibes, is basically.
Prosperous future with no bad vibes.
Yes.
I see, yes. Well, I'm no seer myself. I don't mean to be rude. I don't believe in such things. But it's a different future than the one I see. We'll see who's right.
What's the future that you see?
Oh, I see a fantastic future, both for the Victoria Islands and the Victorian Empire in general. I think these islands will be the fulcrum of a new age.
That's basically what I said.
Yes.
Prosperous with
similar,
no bad vibes.
No bad vibes. There may be some bad vibes in my version. I suppose that's the main difference. But time will tell, Lady Sisha. Time will tell.
Okay.
And then Vulgaria says, Daddy, I wish to talk to the muscle man.
Sounds like Nigel.
And he goes, oh, Wilhelm, would you talk to my daughter Vulgaria? She's rather keen on you, I think.
Sure thing. Can we sidestep, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Are we private?
Yeah, sort of a little more private. And she goes, I'm Vulgaria. What's your name?
My name's Wilhelm. Nice to meet you.
That's a nice name.
Thank you.
Why are you so large?
It's my line of work.
I see. You're a professional large man.
Yes.
Do you like to hunt, Wilhelm?
I can make other people large, too.
Interesting. Interesting. How do you do that? Is it witchcraft?
It is not.
Is it an oil or unguent?
It's purely telling them what to pick up and put down.
Gains. It's just gains.
I see. That's very interesting.
It's a form of personal witchcraft.
I admire your muscles very much, Wilhelm.
Well, thank
I
you.
believe the man should be a man, and he should be strong, and he should hunt, and he should fight.
Thank you. I am all of those things, and I do them all well.
Excellent. I will make sure that you are invited to all of Daddy's parties in the future, Wilhelm.
I would love that. What do you do with your life?
I do science with Daddy.
What kind of science?
He doesn't like us to talk about the science.
What can you tell me about yourself? Are you all science?
I like people who are very large and strong. And I like fighting. And I like hunting.
Do you like watching fighting or partaking?
I like to watch fighting. I fight a little myself, but not a crazy amount. I'm very strong myself.
Do you hunt yourself, or do you?
Oh,
also-
yes, quite.
What do you hunt?
I hunt whatever I can find. I hunted a unicorn once. I killed it, Wilhelm. I killed it with a knife.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
It's very impressive. I'm a very impressive woman, Wilhelm.
You're impressing me very much. I'll tell you that. I'm sure you can see it in my face.
Do you have
I wish I could see yours.
Well, you can't.
I can't. Not at this moment.
Yikes.
Would you like to see under my mask, Wilhelm?
I would consider myself rather interested.
Daddy would be furious.
He seems to like us quite a bit. He might be okay with this.
Daddy, I'm taking Wilhelm to the gardens. We're going to talk. Perhaps you will court me.
Jesus Christ.
And Dr. Flesh says, well, Wilhelm, I trust you will be a gentleman with my daughter.
Of course. It is the first day we've met.
Enjoy the gardens, Wilhelm. And you go outside with Vulgaria. Liga, you step down into the basement. Because that was the plan, right? Yeah. You're going to just go straight down?
I figured it is like to me right now. This seems like the better option, so I'm gonna go in the basement.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you
Party or death basement?
You get down into the basement. And what you see
Oh. takes
takes your breath away. And you, Wilhelm, you step into the garden.
Oh God.
And as you reach a secluded area, Bulgaria takes off her mask.
Oh my God.
And we will burden our soul
No.
with these secrets
Come
I'm
on.
gonna throw up.
next time on Mage of Sail. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Consider supporting us on Patreon. And we'll see you either in 1 week, or if you're on Patreon, probably right away. Isn't that cool? Bye.
Bye.
That was fucked up.